Support for this podcast comes from the patrons at patreon.com/FMLFPL. Okay, we're gonna move over to Milan.
It's Walsh.
What's up, bro?
What's up, Dougie? How are we?
We are very, very close to an FPL break and the World Cup happening.
Yeah, big breakup coming.
And next pod, I'll be in Vegas from a studio with Nate and you remoting in, and we're basically just going to spend the whole time talking about Fantasy World Cup. So everyone should join our World Cup League, by the way. I'll put it in the show notes. But yeah, get in there.
Yeah, it's always fun. Make sure if you're not gonna, you have to fucking tank this week.
I'm gonna look.
I'm worried about you.
Yeah. we share a team. For those who don't know, Walsh and I share a team for these kind of things, and I haven't been doing my part so far. So I'll have to get in there. I'll get in there. But yeah, how's FPL going? You had a pretty nice week here. You're coming back.
Yeah, I'm almost in the top million, doing so good. Listen to my pod, listen to my advice. That's so smart. Yeah, I mean, priority transfer and Cresswell, clearly great use of 2 free transfers to get that 1 point in. Had to do it.
I brought him in too. You hate to see it. Oh my
God. But otherwise, yeah, Mo as, we'll talk about Mo more later, I guess, but it's just, you're always so anti-Mo. You're always like, bad pick. And I have to always calm you down and tell you, dude, it's Mo. He's good. This is his worst season ever. Well, he's still doing so good.
The joke here for people who don't get it is that is usually the case. For like 4 years, I'm the one who's like, Mo, I don't know. And you're always one who's like, no, obviously keep Mo, and it comes good. And then, yeah, the tables turn, but the result is the same. Mo, still good. Does the thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I brought Tross, and I mean, obviously joke, egg on my face of like, I don't consider Foden as a player on my team until like a leak occurs and is like, he's not playing. So I'm like, yeah, and well, now I consider getting 1 point here a problem. Yeah. So I, instead of doing Tomiyasu to Johnny Bono, I did...
That's got to go in the glossary. Johnny Bono for Hugo Bueno.
It's like the it reminds me of like Johnny Cage from Mortal Kombat for some reason. Like that's who he is. So I brought in Tross for Foden to make the money, and he got an assist. He looked really good, but didn't do the things. Overall, good week though. 66. So.
Yeah, kind of way above like where the elite was, way above the top 10K, or 51.8 points. So, me and you both doing well there. I think Mo being like the big difference there, and Kev Cap gaining 2 points on Holland, and, everyone owns trips, but, Dom, dude. Dom's just the best.
Yeah, he got a goal. I mean, he's had a couple of he's only had 3 goals, but 2 of them were really nice. He's good.
Back heels, right?
Yeah, he's good at those kind of instinctual finishes around the box and the area. He just doesn't have so many opportunities.
Unfortunately for Bournemouth, they just keep blowing 2-goal leads, and they're still probably going to get relegated. I checked the gambling odds because I was like, they're kind of doing well, and they're not fooled. The gambling odds, it's like Forest and Bournemouth are almost equal, despite Bournemouth having all these points on the board.
It's a complete sham. The cream always rises to the bottom for Bournemouth.
So yeah, I did Dr. Kress, cheeky 1-pointer. I got the Cancelo negative 2-pointer. Love to see it. Thanks to the Dorito Cup, he will be available in Game Week 16, so we're fine. Same shit as you. Cap Kev, Mo, Dom, Holland. I started Pereira, which, great job by me. I mean, I didn't really have another option because I didn't want to take a hit, but, he's just continues to be like one of the best 4-5s of all time, if not already is. He might just be. Don't know what the deal is with Mitro, but that might be something I have to deal with this week. Some people in Discord were saying like, oh, he's already like back home for World Cup shit, or like, I don't know what's going on there. So
yeah, it's a little sketchy. I mean, it definitely seemed like, fuck this game. Like, don't put him out there to run and do a thankless job when we're going to lose anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure he'll play.
Well, like if that's the case, which I was fully on board with also, don't you at least put him on the bench? Because like they go down to 10 men, you'd really like to put on your best player, in that moment.
No,
and maybe
that's true. That's fair. But, you also do have to go through a different, like, couple days in advance and day of preparation, even if you're going to be asked to go on the bench and play even 30 versus, like, fuck it off. We're going to put you on this 2-week regimen to come back for Man United. I mean, that's a thing.
He probably did have something. I feel like all players are just carrying a little knock here and there, whatever. So,
well, it sounds like he's still managing the same thing from
the international break, right? Yeah.
The Cancelo thing really fucked me off, though. I was like obviously salivating, and then like realizing that he's going to play again next week because I was like, oh, everyone's just fucked.
Everyone has to take a hit this week or start some horrible player, but no, he's just home Brenham. And the funny part though is like if you accumulated 5 yellows, like Dello in your team, Reed in my team, you can't play in game week 16. Carabao Cup doesn't count for that. But if you fucking straight red card in the game, you're good, no problem.
It's just fair. That's
the FA
equitable.
Works in mysterious ways. Yeah,
that's just how justice is served in England.
Let me update leagues. Shout out to the 3 Prize League Mug League leaders for November. There's only 1 game week left, so fucking rip your chips if you want a mug. But Louis de Clipel, aka Peri Peri Sauce, in first place with a 95-pointer.
What chip did he chip?
No chips.
What?
I looked at his team. He capped Alvarez, and he owns Kev, Mo, Kane, as well as Wilf, Trips, and Gabrielle.
How is the first place team not a chipper?
I guess people didn't play their chips.
I would have expected there would be a decent number of people double chipping this month.
Yeah, no respect for the mug. So
wow.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, second place Rennes, aka Divedettes, and then third 3-way tie Vince L, aka Sala Centauri, David Rowe, aka Darylyn Diggers, and Mitch Maynard, aka Contemplate. Shout out to the leader of the public league, still Timmy. Timmy retaining a very slim lead at the top of the public league. Good job by you. Discorder definitely never tops the public league by the end of the season, so that would be some fucking achievement.
That would be momentous. That's
that means you're like top 500 if you do that. So good luck there. Whew, where should we begin, dude? It's kind of a weird one because it's like
there was so much fun shit.
Well, yeah, 15 was fucking crazy, and now we're at this
15?
weird game week 15.
Yeah,
and now we're on game week 16, which is sort of to be treated like game week 38 FPL wise. Like everyone's a punt, and we should just look at the individual fixtures. Nothing else matters for bringing in a player or not. Yeah, I don't know. Anywhere you want to start?
I don't know.
Should we just start with like the city, fucking leak, fucking everything? I don't know.
Sure. That's fun to talk about.
Yeah, so the leak was horrible, but we both participated, and they play first again this week, so it'll be horrible again, but we're both probably going to participate again.
I will not be participating in this leak.
Too early for you?
Dude, the deadline's at 3 a.m. I'm not waking up. I would just have gone to sleep. I'm not sleeping for 3 hours.
That was a Jeff D question, actually. He said,
are you fucking kidding me?
Pacific time zone logistics question for Walsh. Deadline's 3 a.m. Do we ignore leaks, make our moves the night before, or do we wake up at 2:30, hope the site doesn't crash? Not sure I rate myself to navigate that while half asleep, but wondering what your strategy is.
No, I mean, first and foremost, I have Holland and Kevin, my team. I'm not like worried at all.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter that much. Yeah.
I mean, I don't have like Gundo and Bilv or something where I'm like, masochistically like gonna do something like that.
Foden.
Soon. So, but no, yeah. Even if I did have, I'm not waking up at 2:30 to prep my fingers and anus to like look and beat the site crashing in between the leak. It's like, come on, I'm not doing that.
Jesus fucking
But
Christ.
I did it at 6:30.
And the thing is, for people who are doing it, Like Foden is probably one of the best transfers in this week, maybe the best if he is starting and it's leaked. So, they'll have that advantage over everyone else.
Yeah.
But for those who got rid of Haaland, Josh B said if we needed Haaland out, the right thing to do is just bring him back in and cap even for a hit, right? And then Jeff said, would you rather sell Mo or Kevin to get Alvarez back up to Haaland? Does the World Cup impact your opinion here at all? Which I don't know what that means. And then a couple other scenarios. You've all said, would you rather sell Kane or Kevin? And Jitterbug said, would you sell Darwin and Cancelo to get Haaland back instead of ditching Mo or Kev? So a lot of scenarios. But yes, the answer to Josh's question is obviously yes, everyone should bring him in and cap him.
Yeah, and I think it hits fine to do that.
Totally fine.
You just don't want to be looking differential cap when
you gotta have him. You gotta have him.
He's loudly and screamingly the best captaincy option. Home Brentham, they're a complete shambles right now. This team.
Yeah, I still think you're really just trolling or desperate for attention if you captain anyone but Haaland. Of course, if it's leaked and he's on starting, whatever. But like as of now, it's just a fucking joke. Yeah. And again, if you don't hit him in, it's a potential minus 50, minus 40. So against like 90% of teams. So it's just not worth the risk.
Yeah.
But yeah, what about all these transfer scenarios? Like,
I mean, I don't know. We're going to go through them all. I mean, it's, rank them at your peril, I guess. I mean, they're all one game.
Really good for this one game. Like just in isolation, like Kevin home Brentham, great. Kane home Leeds, great. Mo
great.
Home Southampton, great.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know what to do, man.
Yeah, I don't fucking know. Just roll a die and assign numbers for however many, things you have and just make the decision. I mean, it's
whoever
it's
you personally like the most, keep, because otherwise you'll just regret your decision even more if it goes wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say.
If we're going to actually try and analyze this, I think like the most important thing is probably Kulusevski's like fitness, because if he's not starting, then
Kane
I think
is
Kane
the worst
would
of
be
the
clearly the right. But but if Kulusevski's like
he should start,
start, you would expect after having a full week and how he looked in his cameo.
Yeah,
I don't know what's going to happen midweek. He should start, but just putting that out there. But otherwise, it's a complete fuck. And, we'll see some stuff. Maybe someone will get injured midweek, make the decision easier for you guys.
Yeah,
but
yeah, I agree. And then Foden questions. Tia said, what the fuck do we do with fucking fucker Foden fuck? Camia said, any change in view on Foden given the 1 week nature of the punt now? And then Elron said, is it worth giving Filthy Phil one more game? So,
I mean, if I had Foden, I would be up at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
There is no doubt about that, friends. I will tell you that right now, loud and clear.
I mean, as far as time zones go, I mean, you live in the worst time zone in the world for the leak, I'd imagine. There's no
one.
What
about Hawaii? Yeah, Hawaii, you could still just be awake.
Hawaii, it's like what?
11:30.
Yeah, like that's fine.
Yeah, you're probably
up.
You just stay up a little. Well,
so,
I'm not, but I would be.
Everyone else other than Pacific time zone, you should just wait for the leak regarding Foden. If you own him and he's playing, obviously keep. If you don't own him and he's playing, great transfer in. And if you own him and he's not playing, maybe that's where you go him to Kulu or something.
How reliable is this? Is this just like a thing that we can expect every time City is the first fixture, that some fucking guy makes a stupid ass dumb video?
Yeah,
is that just what's the thing now?
I obviously don't follow this human on anything, but according to other people, it might not be, but it's a subhuman. But according to other people, this person gets everything right every time, and I don't know if they give more than just the first game of the game week, because that's really all that matters for a league, because obviously the team's locked. So it's not just a City thing, it's just the first team. It just so happens that City have been first for 3 consecutive game weeks, which is really weird.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah. Weird game, but like City Fulham game. I mean, I was like thinking, okay, yeah, Fulham at 1-1, like Fulham should go for this. They're up a man for 60 minutes, and they were just in complete disagreement with that. They were just but they did
a little bit. I mean, they had periods where they
know.
had 4 to 6 players in City's half, which didn't happen before the man was removed from the game.
I guess
they're not going to free flow. They'll still get fucking hit.
Yeah.
With a 3-man counter, easily.
I don't know. They had like 2 shots. I was just thinking they would get like a little bit more joy, but it's just a testament to how dominant City are also. Shouldn't be slept on. Let's jump to Spurs because, Kulu came on and he's just fucking so good. And then obviously Perisic was playing furthest forward, so we got questions about that. X50 said Perry was very involved against Liverpool, could have easily walked away with the return. Kulu came on, made an instant impact. If they're rested for the cup game, what do you think of these 2 relatively perverted picks as 1 week punts against the manic lead side? And then Philip and Al wondering, is Perisic the good 1 week punt, in defense?
Home Leeds is a really bad clean sheet fixture. So
I
think you need to be like, you're really just banking on an attacking return. Which, I don't think that makes any sense. So I would be not really close to Perisic in terms of like who the best defender to bring in this week is. Kulu is obviously interesting, right? I mean, he's
very, very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, he has double, triple return potential this game for sure.
This is like
if he's starting, this is like him.
Dream opponent for him. Yeah,
he's licking his lips, thinking about the space in behind that he can pass into, and they just have a little combination in midfield, and he can just play a ball. So I love that punt. I definitely
love that punt.
I definitely am very interested in that one.
And the thing with Perry also is like, if everyone was still injured and we had every indication that he was still playing furthest forward, then okay. We're talking about he's playing striker. He could have scored 2 goals against Liverpool, but I think it won't be that. I think he'll just be back at his normal wing back, and Kane and Kulu will be up top. So then it makes it a lot less appealing, especially when we don't expect a clean sheet. So I'm totally with you there. I don't know. What did you have other things that you want to talk about with Mo or Darwin? Or it was a fucking crazy game. It was just like wild.
Well, I missed that game, so I didn't watch the full thing. I just saw the extended highlights. With swim class takes priority, obviously. But no, it's they got a couple nice goals. They played well. It seemed like it was just like an old time Liverpool win.
The first half felt like old-time Liverpool. The second half, Spurs, especially the last 30, completely dominated, and it was wild. But Kulu was a big part of that for sure. Yeah, definitely love the Kulu pick. Couple
Darwin,
questions about
what'd you make of him?
He was fucking incredible. Actually just so good. And not even in just the ways that we've talked about him this season, where it's like all he does is shoot and get XG. It was like he was creating chances, and the entire left side of the pitch was his, and he was just Emerson and Dyer just nightmares about Darwin. They couldn't handle him at all.
Seemed like he's maybe, relaxing a little bit.
Yeah,
I think so. Just shoot on sight. He's just he's had that play available to him many times in the past that he has not taken it. Yeah. So that's a nice thing to see. Maybe he's kind of just settling. Yeah,
he was really great. I still think he's just a great FPL pick, and we'll, game week 17, we're all wild carding. He'll definitely be like a guy I'm thinking a lot about. We got questions about Man United because they're playing Fulham, so they have that good fixture. Yuval said, thankfully I kept Zaha due to the team leaks, which I don't know what that means. And he said, would you sell him for Rashford this week? Bill said, is a 25-minute cameo from Tony Gloves enough to take a 1-week punt on him away to Fulham? And John said, Foden to Rash, ? Bruno's going to be back, which clearly is a massive boost for United's attacking threat. And they have a decent fixture on after World Cup, which doesn't matter. News to John. Everyone gets unlimited transfers, so it doesn't fucking matter. But, Tony Gloves is an insane fucking punt.
I can't even believe that was asked. But
it's the type of people that we attract. Ask that kind of question. Of course. Yeah.
It's definitely a Rashford game. At Fulham,
great game.
There will be space to run into, and will he actually do the footballing thing or will he do the donkey thing? Only time will tell.
Yeah.
But when you imagine games that Rashford
Probably
gets
both.
FPL points in. Most likely both.
Yeah.
This is that. So yeah, he's definitely going to be a good punt. If you're in the sub 7 million bracket, I like that. I like that option. I like that pick for sure.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah,
What
really
do
good
you-
pick. Yeah, really good pick. I mean, I definitely wouldn't go Tony Gloves. I mean, maybe, again, maybe he starts in the cup and is fit and braces and we're like, oh, okay, yeah, he's back. But as of now, I don't really expect him to start. He'll probably get hurt in the cup. Yeah, Foden to Rash, Zaha to Rash. I mean, every transfer is just like such a fucking punt. It's just like,
Yeah.
if I was on a wild card team, if I was building the fucking scout team, yeah, I would pick Rashford over Zaha. But like, how could you get rid of Zaha?
Yeah, I mean, it still comes back to, you just, I think, should identify who your worst pick is and just do that in your 11. Forget about, I don't think you should look at the available players and say, I want this one because it's just ridiculous.
Right.
So, whoever that weakest link is should be where you spend your transfer probably.
All normal transfer things are not in play this week, where you have to consider their future fixtures, you have to consider blah, 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 blah. It's all just like loss mitigation or something like that, where you're just like, well, this guy's a 1 pointer, so.
Yeah, totally.
Fucking Wilf, dude, you nailed that on the head on the Friday My Life pod. If anyone needs motivation to be a Patreon subscriber.
Oh, wow. Shilling. Yeah, I mean, halfway. And we'll see what he does next game.
We'll see what he does. Anything else specific, or should I just jump to these random questions, maybe?
Well, I mean, I was obviously, as a new Trossard owner, watching that game very closely.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
A really good pick.
Yeah.
Just a fucking really good pick. I mean, he was playing straight striker until
one of
Welbs
the things I had in like sort of my head was like, we need to sort of talk about De Zerbi Brighton, because I think that most people are just treating them as if they're the same team, and they're just like very not the same team.
I mean, people have like Dunk and shit. I'm like, what the fuck do you think is going to happen when you play Dunk? Like, watch this team.
They're so aggressive. They attack so aggressively, press so high. This is not Potter's like defensive possession team at all.
This is like Klopp gegenpressing.
Yeah,
it's
like, it's wild. And Tross is like over the past few matches moved from left back to left wing to center forward, and he's just putting up like massive numbers every game. And Matoma looks great on the left, and Perv is playing well. It's just like,
Matoma's a real player. I
really like him.
Yeah. I mean, he's 4'9".
Yeah.
He should be playing. He's so obviously in their best 11. I mean, I expect him to be playing a lot more. I think he's also like a really good FPL pick. How
much is he? He must be like nothing.
He's 4'9". Yeah, he's 4'9". Yeah.
So our teams in GW16 are going to be Matoma, Bailey, Pereira. Those three budget guys.
That's too far away. We don't have to figure that out today. But the biggest thing when I watch this team, and it's been the case for a while, and I mean, this could just be the same deal with like something like a Dyer conversation. Solly March is so bad. Like, he's just unbelievably bad whenever he gets the ball. Like, I can see him, how he's good, in air quotes good, like why a manager would like him, because
he does a lot of the
in the positions.
Stuff. Yeah.
His work rate is incredible. He runs the whole fucking game. He is a fucking idiot when he gets the ball in and around the box. It's so infuriating.
Yeah.
He makes the wrong decision every time. And when he does get points or whatever, it's like a mistake or something. It's like not his intention.
I feel like he's one of those guys who, like, when he shoots, he hits the absolute fuck out of the ball, but he doesn't aim it. He's just praying because the goals he does score, it's like top corner roof, unsavable. Bins, but it's just random. It's like completely random.
And that we haven't seen one this year yet. So, but it's like, it almost feels like when I watch this team, it's like they're concocted to like get him into these positions, and he's terrible. He's so bad. And if they had an actual player in his position, fuck me, forget about it. This team would be upgraded like 10x.
And I
10x, dude.
And I love what De Zerbi's up to. I love everything about him so far. He's so fun. But yeah, I mean, you can just look at the team numbers, and the Liverpool game, his first game was weird. They only had 6 shots, but a bunch of them were big chances. They scored 3 goals.
He just got there.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like, comparing to the Potter games, but since then the shots have just been 14, 21, 19, 8 against Man City, 19, 19. And the XG is fucking high as fuck.
They create really big chances. And that's even, I think,
so good.
Underselling like what they're doing. Because they have, March is involved in almost every attacking action, right? They have these players who suck.
They suck.
Like, they have huge chances beckoning that are just not available because, like, March gets a touch. Or, like, the guy does the mistake or does the incorrect thing.
And the other thing with them that's kind of weird, because almost in, like, a Palace way, even though they play nothing like Palace, their defensive numbers are good.
They give up,
but I expect, but I expect them to never clean. Because they just play so attacking and far forward. It's like they only let up 7 shots against Wolves or whatever. But okay, they were
5 of them were the best chances they had all season.
Yeah, and a pen because Dunk is a fucking idiot. And
it's like Liverpool and City in terms of pushed up, but it's Dunk. Like, it's players
right. Dunk Webster. Yeah.
Instead of the best center backs in the world. Like, they just give up. There aren't many, but they are huge chances. So cleans are just forget about it. Like, don't even buy a ticket to that show. But the goals
and in that
coming.
Palace way, I just don't think they even really care about cleans.
They don't.
They'd rather beat you 3-1 than 1-0. Like, that's just who they are. So,
and I mean, they don't even take periods of games off to just Potter would just spend a half an hour doing nothing. Like,
he was a possession manager.
And they would just create their half chances when the defense allows them to do so. This is just so far away from what that looked like and what that was. So yeah, it's exciting though. I mean, I think moving forward, very fun. I mean, Grob doesn't look like a pick at all, but moving forward, it looks like Tross and Matoma are both very, very interesting, options when we come back from the World Cup. So that'll be fun to see how they continue to progress, and it'll also be interesting to see what they do in January because they could use.
They don't have any. He hasn't had a window. They're still fucking, up there on the table. Like, they could kick on a little. They, in theory, have a ton of fucking money. They sold Cucurella and Ben White for a combined, 120 million pounds or something. Fucking hell. But they're home. They're home Villa this week. I mean, is Tross maybe a pick for this week? I have no idea what Villa are.
I don't think he's gonna win the race for this week strictly of best mid punt. I mean, I'm happy I have him, but with good Ebenings, I mean, sure,
Brighton should be 4. Defensively solid, but also, what can he really do in 10 days of training? It's not like Man United didn't have chances. I know their XG wasn't high, but they were in and around there, and they played the worst striker in the league, and they played Garnacho, and they didn't have Bruno. They had fucking Van de Beek. It was
but they kind of threw it a little bit after the game was over. I think Villa were sort of just okay, this is not. We don't have to really do, but no. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely. I think we both expect Brighton to win the game.
Yeah, it's hard. I totally am with you. Emery, tight, they're always good defensively, whatever. But at the same time, I'm hard for me to imagine Brighton not scoring 2 or more.
I agree.
So for that reason, I like Tross.
Yeah.
But
But I mean, I would probably want Rash over him for if I'm looking for a 1 weeker.
Yeah, it's Fulham. Really close. It's just really close. I mean, Brighton are legitimately a much better attack than Man United. That's for sure.
We know what to expect. I mean, we don't know what version of Man United turns up any game.
Oh God, Ronaldo, dude. I mean, so bad. All right,
Tross,
let's jump to some.
Dude, Tross is
good move by you. Yeah.
He's
more points are coming.
Looks very good. And
So
it did feel good to have him again.
Yeah, he's a very likable guy.
I started him last year with him.
Really? I don't even remember that.
Yeah. I had him on my Game Week 1 team. And then
the sunken eyes of Trossard.
Yeah, I think he got like 1 return in the first like 3. And I think I was like, okay, he's about to price drop. And then I fucked him off. And I don't remember exactly.
And then he probably hat-tricked against Liverpool or something.
That's this year, buddy.
Let's jump to some other questions here. Graham Burglar said, can we get your number 1 punty pick in each position? Also, if I can get a reminder to not take hits, that would be great. Yeah, definitely don't take a hit, but
goalkeeper. What, you think I'm not looking at Pope?
Let's see.
I definitely am looking at Pope.
I mean, Hendo, home
Ederson.
Palace, he'll get 9 saves, maybe a clean. Fabianski will get a lot of saves versus Leicester. They love shooting from deep.
I don't think that's a clean though.
I don't see a lot of games here where I'm like, this is an easy clean, other than like City.
Ederson.
Yeah.
Bournemouth Everton's going to be hard to find goals in that game, I think, probably.
Although
shit. That's could be a little bit of a spice factory, because both those teams, I don't think either of those teams are going to walk away with a point and be happy.
Yeah, there's something I have brewing in my mind palace, as you would say, where it's like we look at fixtures as all equal, right? Like we look at like home Everton, like that's a great fixture. But like teams play drastically different depending on their opponent.
And
No, like I don't think like Bournemouth Everton are just going to both be like buses and neither of them are going to get a shot and just handshake for 0-0. Yeah. I think they're both like, this is 3 points we need.
Like Leeds Bournemouth, right?
Right.
Leeds play the same way every time, but Bournemouth, right.
So that's something to think about. Yeah, I don't know. What are the best cleans this week? Honestly, it's pretty tough. Arsenal and City are by far the best 2 for cleans. Not even close. Next is like Liverpool. Yeah, I'm not happy about it. I don't think people should bring in Trent.
Who Southampton are fucking poaching?
No,
our boy,
who?
The Lutonite manager.
They getting Luton manager?
They're tapping the Lutonite manager, baby.
You know, I didn't even know it's like Nathan Jones or some shit, right?
Some like anonymous English name that I'm sure there are fucking thousands of in the country.
I clicked a fucking like thread because I was like, oh, who is this guy? And then the first fucking 3 paragraphs are like, where he started in Yeovil Town in like 1995 where he was a youth player. I'm like, what? Why are you telling me this? I don't want his actual biography. I don't fucking care anything about him at all, except for what he produces on the pitch, like with the stylistically. But yeah, Ralph out. Sad day for Ralph. But dude, the cleans are looking bad. I mean, I'm pretty happy, even though Gay Higuaita have been up and down for me. I'm pretty happy to have them this week. I mean, that's a decent shout at a clean. At Forest is not easy, but decent shout.
That would be big for you. To just
anytime they clean, I fly.
Yeah. I mean, it just would be escaping that mistake without it actually punishing you if they cleaned.
Yeah. I mean, if they didn't clean, it would decent probably amount of points, but not like good.
I think a clean would be actually like, this is good.
Good.
If you
a clean would be look back. They got me
in 6 games,
like 4 out of 7 or some shit crazy like that, right? Because something like that. Maybe 3 out of 7 or something. But so I don't know. Keeper, defender, that's basically covered, I guess. Someone from those teams. I don't know.
Yeah.
Midfielder, forward. Foden, if he's starting, easily the best pick of all the mids. But Rash, Tross, it's kind of just who we've talked about, right?
I mean,
Kulu.
Yeah, Kulu. I think Bowen is still an. I mean, I
agree.
Horrendous against us, but
what happened?
I still
in
think
that
he's
game?
an option.
They had just 5 shots in that game.
Yeah, we just won. I mean, they did the thing.
Dominated them though.
Well, it was weird because usually we just start like really flat and badly. Yeah. But I mean, obviously not playing Edward is unbelievably good for us.
Yeah, you hate him.
I despise him. I think he's a terrible player.
Yeah.
So, I mean, when we immediately we're not carrying a passenger for the whole game, and we put Wilf centrally where
Wilf Central. I'm going to write a fucking book on Wilf Central. I'm going to literally write a book on it. He's been a striker for 5 years, career, played out of position.
Basically. Yeah. I mean, it's tough. It is tough, but there are so many more mounting reasons this year why he should be playing striker. I mean, least of all, we're playing Edward, but also that it actually kind of like frees up Eze to be pushed up forward more, and then Elise back in his natural position.
Elise was fucking amazing.
Well, I mean, Eze, we played Jayu and shit, but whatever. I mean, the trickle-down effects on it are good for the team.
Jayu isn't bad if the rest of the front guys are all really good, though. You know what I mean? Like, if you need him to like do attacking stuff and get goals, he's a nightmare. But if Eze, Wilf, and Elise are doing all the attacking stuff and scoring goals and all the passing and everything, and all he's doing is like progressing the ball down the wing and like tracking back, he's good. And like, I don't know, that just seems to be what happened. And Mitchell just like shut down Bowen.
Yeah, Mitchell. Well, it was weird with Mitchell. I didn't like watch the game back, but watching, I was like, wow, he is not usually this far forward.
Yeah,
he was
a
really far forward this game.
Yeah.
And I think like that maybe really fucked Western because they didn't know how to deal with it, and we were overloading and having like odd men or whatever, because I mean, he was like not even in the defensive picture when they were trying to counter the few times they were able to do. But I get what you're saying with Jayu, and I agree with that largely. I mean, I've been saying he needs to convert to play like a Joelinton role for a while now. My only issue with, the issue with the premise of that is like, to me, just like philosophically, is you're looking at it when everything's going exactly great and amazingly, then he's okay.
Right.
And that just feels flawed in
That's
and
never
of itself.
The answer, because things usually don't go that well, and another team adjusts and like leaves him all the space and takes away Wilf and Eze. And totally.
Because you're also looking at Wilf, Eze, and Elise. I mean, Wilf pads his goals with some pens and shit, but I mean, none of these players are 15 open play goals a season type players. Eze's 6-ish. Elise probably similarly, and Wilf maybe could get 11 or 12 or so. So I mean, you're not looking at it like there are a lot of goals there.
The
so
attack
how you can
is
get
totally
one.
Fine. Right. Yeah.
So that's an issue too. But if IU's playing in factual midfield like Joelinton, then we're good.
Who's the forward punt for the week? Forward is tough.
Forward is difficult. Forward punt for the Darwin's fun.
Kane,
it's expensive though.
Darwin. Well, they're both expensive.
But are they punts? I mean, they're not really punts.
Yeah, they're not really punts. Dom, Rodrigo, no. Who are the forward punts?
Don't spend your transfer on forward.
Like I have Mitro, and
Watkins?
he might not play, and I'm like, I actually
kind of interested.
Don't hate that at all, really. With the way that Brighton play, I mean, he's good on the counter. That's like his best role.
Yeah, he could get an assist. He get 5 points.
Yeah.
All.
Don't mind that. I mean, honestly, if Tony Gloves is fit, it might be him. Sounds absurd, but there's not a good one. There's not a good one.
No, but come on with that.
Hey. Gub said, would you rather have Wilf away to Forest or Kulu home Leeds? I'd rather have Kulu.
Yeah, definitely. We need the fitness. We need to kind of check the fitness on that. But I assume this is like, who do you want to transfer in question?
Yeah. Ren said, better transfer of the week, Gahey to Perisic or Mitro to Firmino or Jesus. So there's Ren's answer of who the forward he likes this week. Jesus against Wolves is great. Bob, I don't fucking know, dude. I don't know about that.
No, it's definitely not Bob.
It's like,
I don't. I'm so fucking. I tilt out of control watching Jesus play. Honestly.
Oh yeah, he's kind of your new hate fuck. But yeah, I mean, he's still a great pick, especially this week.
Oh my god.
So I guess Jesus. I don't know. Gahey, I mean, what do you think of Palace clean? I mean, they should be a decent chance of a clean, right?
I mean, what do you 38%, 42%.
That's pretty high.
Yeah, for us. You know,
Yeah, that's high.
We're playing NFO.
Yeah.
I mean, they really need to win this game, NFO.
That's the thing, right? That's what I was talking about before, right? It's not, this isn't the same NFO that some other teams have played. Like, this is like...
No, and especially, I do definitely buy into that. Like, you know, we're fucking came off a good win. We're chilling. We're where we want to be in the table.
Yeah.
I mean, NFO are like Cooper, you know, looking at this, you know, we're not going to be playing again for 6 weeks. We need a result here. So,
you know,
I don't love it. You know, I don't love it. I feel like their Forest are not going to do the thing for 90 minutes and like to having to hold a draw. Like I
don't think they will either.
They're going to look at this game as like we kind of need 3 points after what's already gone on. So I don't love it.
They attacked against Brenham.
I didn't even watch highlights of that game.
Wow.
That's the disrespect. And
Whistler's goal was sick. But they actually did attack it. It was good. Yeah, it was good.
Good for them.
So, yeah, it's probably bad for a clean. TJC said, is Gabriel the best defender pick for this week, 5'8" or under?
Oh, God.
I mean, Arsenal clean is pretty fucking good for this week. I'll say that.
10 minutes away. I mean, I think City is like the one you want to do. I don't know how.
Yeah, but I don't
know. I mean, does
people
everyone
don't have
the leakage?
Maybe not after last week, but then they'll just have to get Haaland back. Or maybe they transfer. If you transferred out Foden and you only have 2, great week to bring in a City defender. Like great week to bring in.
That's what I'm thinking of doing.
Yeah, a Kanji or something. Yeah.
Well, Ederson.
Or Eddie. Yeah, why not?
Goalkeeper transfers.
That's your bread and butter.
Yeah. It's a good time to do it.
Be you, bro.
Yeah.
Elron said, do you think Hasenhüttl did a good job with bad tools, and do you think he'll get another job with a Premier League club in the near future?
You know, I do actually have somewhat of an issue with how like Hasenhüttl has been viewed and treated at large, like around the footballing community. I mean, I think he's done absolutely above and beyond any reasonable expectation given the tools that he was given year on year.
Totally agree.
They've been going through different directions of football. They've had no cohesive and coherent plan. They've had old squads, then young squads, and all sorts. Who's coming in, who's going out. It just feels like it's just been complete patchwork for years. Really, ever since he got there. I mean, ever since Kruger left. I mean, they have no direction.
They used to be the fucking team that bought all the best young players, and Liverpool farmed them for players, Spurs farmed them for players, and now it's just like, what are they? I don't even know what they are.
And I haven't been keeping up with the Joneses that hard about who's in charge now, but they did really good this window. I mean, this is the old Southampton where it's like suddenly you look around their team and you see, 6 players or so who legitimately in 2 or 3 years could go for 60. 30, 40 mil. 60, So they, for whatever reason now seem like they're doing, but it's almost like it's too comprehensive to like kind of counterbalance what they weren't doing for the years past. So there's no bridge of the gap, and it's just like all these little baby children. Yeah. And, they're in trouble for that. I mean, so, all of those things are really problematic, and their squad's really bad, just in terms of getting points now. It's nice, I guess, if you play like Football Manager or something like, a Dozy, great, okay, like if you're trying to farm like money or something. But when you look at the teams they're playing and the performances they're capable of, I don't know how much a new manager, a new face, a new voice is going to really change that, even though they do have some good individual parts. They're just so young. I mean, everyone's 20. Everyone's like between 19 and 23.
And their big money purchase last season was Adam Armstrong, which has just been a disaster. And Livermento, who's been he was like their best player last season. He's been hurt all this season. And the other thing I wanted to mention, which is I think something that everyone forgot, except for, I guess the Southampton board forgot it as well, but I brought it up in preseason. their 3 matches that they haven't played yet, because we're only going to have 16 games before the World Cup, so it's not actually halfway through the season, are home Brighton, which is obviously hard, Fulham and Forest.
Yeah.
Like, you know, they have probably the hardest schedule in the league for the first 16 game weeks. They're also like it's not like they're fucking in NFO's position where it's like they're obviously getting relegated. Like they might, they're in and around there, which is like where they should be, you know, but they're better than fucking NFO and Bournemouth and Wolves. And, you know, they're competitive with the other teams that are in and around there. And, you know, it's just like, I don't know.
Yeah. It's just, I mean, I feel like he was like pretty broadly, you know, disliked and, you know, wasn't a good manager. That's my perception. I mean, I could be wrong.
Yeah.
I just, in just, you know, reading stuff and talking to people on Discord and just kind of the pulse in general is not like, oh, he's doing a good job with a bad team like Lampard, right? Like right now. Right. I think that's everyone's pretty united on that, right? Like he's doing the best he can with this like, you know, bad deal. And, you know, I don't know. Eamon Ralph also cuts an interesting figure, right? He was talking about retiring. I mean,
he's definitely a weirdo and a pervert.
He definitely, he's like, you know, crying when they won the game the other year. Yeah. You know, I mean, he definitely has his own
9-0 losses on his resume.
he has his own like quest to unlock that we don't know about. But, you know, he's definitely, you know, football, he's definitely a man of many talents. But
I feel like the 9-0s in a weird way encapsulate like what we're saying, because like 9-0s sometimes will happen if you have a worst squad in the league, arguably, trying to play really pressing, aggressive football. Like when everything goes wrong and you get the early red and everything's fucked, because the squad is really fucking bad. But for most of the games, they're like a pretty good team. Not pretty good. They're an okay team. And, you know, 16th-ish is probably around where they should be, which is pretty good when you have a bunch of 20-year-olds. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. And he should get another chance somewhere, but it might just be like in Germany or like fucking who knows.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing, though, I mean, coming back to the team and, you know, where they will eventually finish, this is a fine relegation squad. I mean, when you look at a team and you try and pick out goals, I mean, where are they?
Yeah.
Where actually are they? Like, Che is good for 7 a year.
Yeah, like
if he
10.
Plays 3,000 minutes.
Yeah.
I would say whatever.
Like 10. Yeah.
At the he hasn't done that yet. I mean, best case, they have no goals in this team. They just they just don't have any goals.
Also, it's, you know, it's too early to tell, but thus far in 14 games, Gavin Bazunu is by a lot the worst keeper in the Premier League in terms of like post shot XG.
I know. I liked him.
Yeah, no,
I was wrong.
He seems
Wrong,
good. No, I mean, no one's this bad usually, so like I'm sure he'll level out a bit. But so far, it's been really bad, and obviously that doesn't help. But yeah, I mean, JWP, like LOL at preseason us being like, yeah, he's just guaranteed 150 points every season. Like,
not this one.
Yeah, who is this guy? I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they've
there's
got
no
one
goals
pen.
in the team. Yeah,
he's not scoring direct free bangers.
Yeah.
Or wait, was the first game week a pen? The Spurs goal, the only goal he has all year?
No, it wasn't. I remember it vividly. It was like a bouncing volley or something.
Because we were talking about him playing as like 8 or whatever.
Yeah, because he was like in the box a lot and stuff. Yeah.
So they're, along with like Bournemouth, one of the couple teams that don't have pens.
Liverpool, Bournemouth. Yeah, I'll check.
Yeah.
But
yeah, they're in trouble. You know, I mean, we'll see what. I guess they're not in that much trouble because they have the Luton Brain Trust coming in, who's obviously going to fucking destroy the Premier League.
He started his career at Yeovil Town, just in case you were wondering. So that's huge for him. But
how about also this Ashley Maitland-Niles? They just like he's spurned. I feel like many Premier League teams, and he goes to Southampton. He fucking doesn't. Is he awful? Like, what is he?
I secretly think he's kind of good, but I just don't know like what his best position is. when he was going through all the drama with Arsenal, it was really weird because he was doing really well at fullback and deputizing wingback, but he was like, I'm not playing this.
And then he went to Italy and didn't play, right?
Yeah, I don't really know. And then now he wants to be a midfielder, and I'm not really sure what he's up to. But yeah, you're right. It's Southampton, Bournemouth, Everton, and Liverpool, only teams with no pens.
I mean, if you're Maitland-Niles and you can't start consistently for this team, why did you come back to England?
I mean, I'm sure he's writing in his diary every night the exact same thing. He's writing in his diary, what am I doing here? What do I do after football?
Dude,
he went to Rome, and last season he had 7 starts. This season he needs to go to fucking 4 starts.
Yeah, he needs to go to fucking PSV or something. He needs to go to Netherlands or some absolute, not even Farmers, like sharecroppers.
He should just go to one of those Eastern European teams that are always in the Champions League. I feel like he would shine.
PAOK.
Yeah.
How? the Greek team or something. He's somewhere. Cyprus.
Yeah.
Maccabi could use him.
Get in. Yeah, they could definitely use him. Yeah. He could
Maitland
be number 10 is his dream of playing number 10.
Yeah.
Sonat said, is Mitra worth keeping? Rumor has it he's already home for the World Cup. Who's a differential striker replacement? So fuck, we just talked about how there's like no strikers.
What is this rumor? I have not seen.
I don't know. I mean, it might just be a Discord rumor. I have no idea if there's any truth to it at all. But some people are like, oh, he's back home already. Like, not gonna play. I don't know. Yeah, I assume that every team has a cup game. I don't really follow the cup. I don't know how that works, but maybe we'll get an update on his fitness. And
I would just keep him. My life.
Yeah, I would just keep him as of now. I'm planning on starting him, but we'll talk about it on Thursday. Replacements for Dunk.
Anybody.
We talked about the clean sheets. Josh said, how excited are you for the sweet, sweet release from the terrorism of FPL for a month and a half after this game week?
It is so fun to play like the stupid, silly games that don't matter at all, like the World Cup game. It's so fun.
Don't really care about my rank. And I'm gonna watch the matches anyway, and it just enhances watching the matches.
Yeah, it's just fun.
It's just fun.
Vibe it out.
Yeah. Some people will fuck off for a month and like not do it, and I respect that. And other people will just be in our Discord bugging out about it, and it's great. Mm-hmm. And then last question's Bry. He said, this is pretty minor, but they didn't schedule any derbies or rivalries this weekend to try and keep things mid before the World Cup. Do you see any matchups where one team might be beached/Qatar'd and one team might be out to prove a point? I'm looking at Newcastle versus Chelsea. The latter just wants the break, and Newcastle want to keep pushing, but are there others?
Well, I don't agree with that at all. I think
Chelsea loves talking beach teams.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's always looking to choose his own adventure and create these narratives.
It's like Game Week 23. He's like, are they on the beach yet? I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah. I think it's like, if there is one way to ensure yourself being different from the field, it's to manufacture a psychological narrative that is completely a fucking construct.
Yes, absolutely.
I do not think that Newcastle and Chelsea is a beach situation. I think Chelsea will be embarrassed by their performance. We didn't talk about that. That Chelsea performance.
I was surprised at what Nate said back to you, because that game was fucking unwatchable. That was like watching like Man City against some other fucking team, like just complete and utter dominance. But it was also sloppy and bad, and I think Chelsea had 19 fouls and 5 yellows or something like that. It was just like, the fuck was that, dude?
Yeah, I mean, Chelsea were playing like they were the Spud innings. I mean, they were just not doing anything, and they were just kind of all in their own half most of the game. I mean, I'm worried if I'm a Chelsea fan. So I think that they need a reaction.
Yeah.
And I'm, if I don't particularly like Chelsea or care about them, but
Me
for
neither.
their sakes, I think it's a good thing it's in St. James Park. I think if it was in Stamford Bridge, it would be problematic.
Yeah, they might get booed off at halftime.
Yeah, they might turn very quickly. And, I think Potter is going to realize that this is a very important game for, the next 6 weeks, and for him to kind of control that narrative of, no, we're actually okay here. So I think they're going to have a rocket up, but I think that's going to be a really good game. I think it'll be tight.
I'm really excited for that game. I'm happy that game has its own slot. That'll be a really fun game to watch.
Also, really weird. There's like 4 time slots this week.
They've been
Saturday.
messing with the schedule a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. Yeah,
so that Wolves Arsenal game's really late in local time, right?
Really late. Yeah, really late.
Yeah.
It's 7:45 start, I think, in the UK or something. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. I do think that the Forest Palace game was a good one that we picked out. I think that, that could be one where we're sort of just chilling on our laurels going up to City Ground.
And it's like huge cup final for them.
Yeah, for them, it's a huge game. Anything else that you're seeing?
I'm kind of looking
Fulham
around.
United game is kind of a weird one, I think. Fulham just kind of do the same thing every week, though, don't they?
Yeah, I think Fulham will be good that game. I still have a really hard time figuring out United, but they should be better. I assume, Bruno and maybe Anthony get back in, and, they just...
Was Anthony hurt?
Yeah, I think he was hurt. He got, ripped off at halftime, and everyone thought it was because he, showboated, but then he apparently was hurt.
He didn't play 2 games.
Yeah. I mean...
He didn't play the West Ham game, I don't remember that.
A could be sort of mentally beach team, I guess, would be Villa, right? It's kind of like a trap spot for them. They just beat Man United for the first time in 500 years. They just had a 3-1 jizz fest at home, and now they're going to Brighton, who maybe under their radar are also just really good and gonna potentially score 5. Yeah, I could see that happening, but
possible.
I don't know.
It depends, though. I mean,
That's
they
all
still have
made up.
they have their new boss, though.
Yeah, where does the new manager bounce and the beach meet? I don't know.
Yeah.
Complicated theories for Bry to give us a report
Bry
back on.
Bry will unwind them all and transfer in Christensen for Leeds.
Absolutely.
Something like that. So he'll let us know.
He'll let us know.
Yep.
Let's go to our teams quick here. I'll throw mine up right over yonder. So, as mentioned, I have Mitrovic in for now. I even have Pereira in over Gahey for now. Not sure about that.
I think that's fine.
Yeah, I'll just wait till hopefully Mitro news. If Mitro's out, I'll probably use a transfer there. I have 1.9 in the bank, so I can get a lot of guys, but I can't get Darwin. I don't think I could get a Reed to Tross or Rash either. So a lot of the guys we picked out, I wouldn't be able to get to. Might be Jesus, Mitro to Jesus I can do. Something like that. But yeah, I'm just waiting. I'm chilling.
Yeah.
Sound good to you?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Cap Holland, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I don't know. Maybe Reed's better. Maybe you have $2 million in the bank.
Yeah, I have $2 million in the bank.
I think maybe doing Reed and it depends. You need to know what's up with Mitro.
Mitro is everything.
That's the biggest thing.
Yeah, because he's an auto start. Not that it's an amazing fixture, but it's fine.
It's good. It's good. It's good.
Yeah, it's home.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you looking at?
Well,
you have no Dallo, potentially no Tomiyasu.
Definitely no Tomiyasu. Yeah, my defense is. It's not great. I think it's either using the transfer on Pope or Tomiyasu if I don't want to start Patterson at Bournemouth, which I kind of don't want to.
But you kind of do. I don't know. It's still a great fixture.
I don't know. At Bournemouth doesn't feel great to me. And I also still don't know if he's going to start. Coleman's been
he might not start. He might not
Coleman,
start.
Yeah, Coleman's been really good, and he can just keep doing the 60-30 thing.
I still think it's a great
60.
fucking fixture, though. I don't know. You can't say at Bournemouth's not a great fixture.
No, but I think it, but like we were talking about earlier, though, we're saying all fixtures
they're
are not
play
created
to win.
equal.
Yeah. That's
so
true.
I don't think it's unbelievable. But either way, I need to decide, I think it's going to be either a defender so I can bench Patterson or Pope.
Yeah.
Because I like my outfield. I like my attack. My
your attack
my front
is
seven.
phenomenal. Yeah, your attack is like so good. Yeah.
Yeah. So if I did Pope, it would definitely be Ederson.
Yeah, for sure.
And if I did Tomiyasu, I would have 5-1.
Akanji.
So yeah, probably. Is Akanji? Yeah. I can't afford Stones, right? My love.
I don't think so. I think he's a
5'4".
little more.
Yeah. I mean, Akanji should start.
Yeah, he's been starting. He's been so good.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing with him is he just has like no threat.
Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah.
Clean
so
sheets
that's what I'm thinking.
That looks good.
Do you have a preference between those?
I mean, I guess I need to think more about it. I feel like I'd probably just start Patterson and do the Pope move between the two. Because I think Patterson will start, but I could also definitely see a situation where like Patterson starts the cup and then Seamus again at the weekend. In which case, then the defender move looks better to me.
I mean, and the other thing too with Patterson is, I mean, I don't have a bench behind him, but he's going to sub on if he doesn't play anyway. So, I mean, that is a bigger issue maybe than at least Pope plays.
Yeah, I mean, Pope, even without a clean, can get you like 3 or 4. Whereas like Patterson, he might just play 20 minutes and get you 1 again.
I'm starting to think that maybe that's the bigger issue.
Yeah, it seems like it. Because, like we've said before, like keeper's weird where you kind of, like they have the bigger point potential in the harder matches. Where that's not the case with other positions.
Owning Pope has been horrible.
He hasn't been that bad, right?
No, he hasn't been that bad.
But it's been a lot of late clean wipes, which feels so
let
bad.
Me see. I have him from game week 8 is when I got him. So he's at 2-2-2-6-6-2-6-3.
Not bad.
I was wondering because I feel like I've like just looking around the goalkeeper points from that time period. I wonder if he isn't, bottom 5. I think he probably would be.
I don't think he'd be bottom 5. He still has 3 cleans, but
he would be with no bonus, no save
way
points,
below like Ward. Like Ward, it's just been on fire.
But like, who's worse than that?
I mean,
Sa even got a 14-pointer with no other cleans. I mean, that's probably about the same.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Like Hendo even had those like double-digit games.
Yeah,
right?
Hendo had that. I mean, Lloris close, about the same.
Yeah.
Ramsdale.
Yeah, I mean, it's close. It's close. And Pickford has 1 11-pointer, but he only has 1 other clean.
And he's also not cheap. I mean, he's fucking. I mean, I got him when he was. I guess he was like 4. He was 5'2".
Yeah, early
he's
on,
like 5.
they have that Newcastle had that special sauce of like allowing a million shots, allowing a million bad shots, and I feel like that is not really the case anymore. Like,
no, they dominate too hard.
They just dominate. Yeah, like they're down now. They're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th least shots per 90 now.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's changed a lot.
All right,
bro.
Pod.
That is a fucking pod, brother. I think there's an ass to slap. Yeah, 1 ass to slap. Angus McNeese, get the fuck in there, baby. Slap the ass. And then fucking next week, we'll probably spend 10 minutes on our teams in FPL and then talk about World Cup.
Yeah, we got to get the new World Cup shit out. Logo, song.
New logo, new song. Let's go.
The whole thing. It's going to be great.
It's going to be great. All right, dude. Any last words?
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, bro. Check us out at FMLFPL.com. Follow us on Twitter at FMLFPL Sports Feature.com/FMLFPL. Subscribe, rate, review.